global issue.
Peter, we're going to leave it there because we want to talk now to Mica Mosbacher, who is an advisor for President Trump's 2020 campaign, as she joins us now from Austin, Texas. Thank you for joining us here on BBC World News. Can we believe all we saw then in the East Room a few hours ago? All's good, all's forgiven.
Well, this is undoubtedly a huge victory for President Trump and for the GOP party. This was beyond a contentious hearing. It was all-out war between the two parties, and undignified, actually, for the U.S. Senate, especially with the carnival circus-type environment. All that was missing were the carnival barkers and popcorn, if you will. So this is obviously a very sensitive issue in terms of the sexual assault allegation, because I, for years, have worked as a tireless advocate for victims of sexual assault, helped pass bipartisan legislation in the state of Texas. And I did find, as many women did, Dr. Ford's testimony compelling. But overriding that was the fact that while her testimony was compelling, it was uncorroborated by any of the four witnesses that her attorneys had recommended. Therefore, on trial in this nation were the core principles of the presumption of innocence and due process of law. And I think that that prevailed, and that has satisfied a number of very conflicted female voters, especially among GOP conservatives in the party. Also of concern for mothers and wives and grandmothers like myself were the fact that men who have served honorably, like Judge Kavanaugh has done, now Justice Kavanaugh, for something like 30 years, could easily be smeared by a mere accusation. And that was the crux of the issue. And the Maine Senator, Susan Collins, really struck the right chord.
Mica, I'm loath to interrupt you, but I want to get a few questions in. Can you understand just how angry and upset so many women will be to see this confirmation going through?
Well, what has happened is it's ignited a Cat 5 hurricane among suburban Republican women who were outraged that an individual could be smeared by a mere accusation. And again, there was lack of evidence. So what we're going to see is in the polls is that people are no longer complacent. They've been happy with President Trump's delivering on several promises. We've got a 3.7 unemployment rate, an all-time low since 1969. And what is happening is that women and men and some independents who were disgusted by this process will get out and vote. I always say, don't look at polls.
Can I just ask, because I want to get one more question into you. What are your thoughts towards your president, a president who stood up and mocked Dr. Ford's testimony?
I did not agree with that. He has a tendency to be fiery, as we heard today, at rallies, and a lot of that's campaign rhetoric. I do not believe that she deserved to be mocked. I do believe that the Republican senators, all male senators, treated her with respect, felt that she should be heard, but also felt that the accused, Justice Kavanaugh, had a right to defend himself.
Does it change your mind about supporting a man like that, a man who mocks a woman saying she was sexually assaulted?
Not at all. No one's perfect. I think that women such as myself are very concerned about feeding their families and are looking at a roaring economy and historic tax cuts in this country. And I think that the fact that the Democrats did leak Dr. Ford's letter, which was absolutely horrible. She surely was not able to have a confidential meeting with the senators. She wasn't advised that she could do that. So I think there's a lot of anger within the Democratic Party as well. I think we will see some walkaways from the Democratic Party.
OK, Mica Mosbacher, I really wish we had more time. It's been a pleasure talking to you, joining us from Austin, Texas there. Thank you very much.